everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how I study in anesthesia school. I have some inbox messages asking me about to talk about this topic. I am in my first semester of anesthesia school, and I think my study method basically is pretty much good, and it can be reflecting on my grades. So I broken down this topic into four parts: the preparation, the study material, the study method, the material, and the life balance. So I want to begin with the preparation. What do I mean by preparation in anesthesia school when you study? You need to be in an open mind spirit when you approach a topic. Let's say you want to approach a topic about pharmacology, you want to learn about a drug. So you need to tell yourself, okay, if I am by myself at the bedside, anesthesia provider, how can I use this drug in my practice? What are the side effects I can see on my patient? How do I treat those side effects? If my How is the dose? How much of this drug will I give to my patient? In case I have toxicity, how do I do? What do I do first? And how do I even know that I'm in the presence of toxicity? So this is how you want to approach topics, because you want to learn. You want also to anticipate. You want What I mean by anticipate is, let's say you are doing physiology and you are doing the pressures and stuff like that. You want to start bringing scenarios into your mind. What if my pressure drop here in the vascular space? What if my pressure go up in the heart? What if my afterload goes down? And those kind of scenarios are going to push you to be hungry for the information. And when you see a topic, don't be intimidated, whether it's chemistry or physics, a lot of maths. This could be really intimidating if you haven't done this particular course for so long. But tell yourself that you have instructors that are there to teach you, and whichever question you have, they will help you find the answer if they don't give you the answer. So this is very important. Don't be afraid. Don't be intimidated. Challenge yourself. Be hungry to learn. Be hungry to know what you must know on the topic. So it's very important. And also, inside the preparation, I will also put something that a lot of students don't pay attention, but I really pay attention, and I feel like it works for me. My program is a hybrid program. So this semester I have classes at home, and I also have some classes on campus. So on my classes at home, I still condition myself as if I was in a classroom. I don't use the phone because it's a big distraction. I keep my camera on even though it's not obligated, but I want to have that feeling. I want my brain to be conditioned to avoid any distraction. A lot of us, we went to nursing school and we were in person at school all the time. So it's easier to get relaxed when you have this online class and you're in your blanket. It feels good. But do you actually grasp every little bit of things? So this is what I do. I condition myself every single day that I have class, and I am 100% focused for all the time that I'm in class. So I remove every distraction. For some of us, it's not possible. Maybe where we are living is too much noise. But I want to say, do your best. Do your best, because most of the time, the PowerPoint the instructor is going to give you have the information that you're going to read after all. But what he's going to say, and sometimes he's going to go outside of the topic and say something related to something else. This could be a later answer to a question that you might have. So you don't want to miss anything. And you have so much information to understand. It's such a little bit of time that You want everything that can help you understand everything. So you don't want to miss anything that your instructor said, because everything that is said, trust me, is important. So this is what I have included inside the preparation: your mindset, conditioning your body, limit the distraction, be open-minded, be willing, be hungry to know what you need to know about the topic, because every little topic that they're going to teach you is what you're going to use at the bedside, and you only have 3 years to learn all of this huge amount of information to be a provider. So it's not enough. So you really have to be focused and prepared before every single class. And this is what I have been doing, and I feel like it makes a huge difference. So the second point is the study method. And I want to say I don't have a specific study method. I don't have a schedule for studying. I don't tell myself, okay, today is Monday, I'm going to study from 8 to 10 p.m. because I found out that it could be a trap, because you can be sitting here from 8 to 5 studying, but actually the information that you retain could be retained only in 2 hours. So you really want to study smart. You don't want to waste time. And I found out that studying smart, what do I mean by that? So if you have a topic that you want to learn, there is two parts on every topic. You're gonna have a part that you need to memorize. You cannot, it's not about understanding, it's about retaining and recalling the information. And there will be another part that you will need to understand the process that is going. So and I found out that this is in every topic since I have been in anesthesia school. So what I do, the one that I need to commit to memory, and I commit it to memory, and the one that I need to understand, I take time to understand, because one thing about the understanding part is the most easiest part, because once you understand, it's the same train. You don't have to keep to change the train in your brain. But the memory part, you really have to record. And there is so many things you have to commit to memory in anesthesia school. So you really want to study smart. Don't waste your time the whole day sitting on the computer telling yourself that you are studying while you are not studying. You're going to fall behind and you're going to be overwhelmed. So look for the information, question yourself. This is another thing, question yourself. So if I study about the heart, I am not going to limit myself to the 100 pages PowerPoint that the professor gave me, but I'm going to stimulate some scenarios. Okay, this is an example of what I do all the time. Now I'm studying the heart. Let's say we are studying the heart circulation. I am going to that topic. I'm going to add my pharmacology class to that topic. And I'm going to tell myself, if I give a drug that is going to act on the heart and stimulate the heart, how is my preload, my afterload is going to change in function of this drug? And this is how you put things together and you match them. And now what you are doing, because you don't know, you're going to be looking into your pharm class and your physiology class, and you're going to connect both of them, and it creates a strong connection into your brain. And this is, I think this is what they call brain plasticity. Our brain can change conformation as we are learning, regardless of the age. We can all do this. We can all study, even if we are lazy. But if we are committed and we want to learn, it can happen. It's just the matter of know how you learn best. Some people learn best by listening. So they record the class and then they go back, they listen while they drive, they listen while they are doing their home chores and everything. And other people learn better by looking, like me. If I don't see, I don't learn. I need to see it from my eyes. I need to read it. I need the time to process what I'm seeing. And some other people learn by doing both, by doing flashcard, by doing mnemonic. But again, be careful, because if this information you need to understand and you learn it as a recall or memorization, you are falling behind. Keep those both separately. What you need to understand, commit it to understanding. Understand it. And what you need to recall and memorize, commit it to memorizing. I would say do your flashcard on the things that you need to memorize. Because there are some, when I say things to memorize, it's like there are some formulas that you need to memorize. There are some constants, some numbers that you need to memorize. You don't need to understand those. So you can do your flashcard about this. But the things that you need to understand, please don't do the flashcard. Understand them. And I figure out that some people like to write, and I don't think it's a good method, because you have such a huge amount of information that if you start writing, what are you going to have left behind? So the stuff that you want to write is the stuff that you want to memorize. But the stuff that you need to understand, don't write them down. Test yourself all the time. Ask yourself, okay, now I need to understand this. Did I understand? Talk to yourself, break down the topic like you are talking to a seventh grade child. So break it down, and if you still haven't understand, go back to it, read until you understand, read until it makes sense to you, and then commit it to your brain. Don't write about it, because once you write, you tell yourself, oh, I have it somewhere there. If I don't remember, I will go back to it. But you don't want to remember, you want to understand. So keep those entities separately, and it's going to be a huge help. And like I said, you need to know how you learn best. And sometimes the method you have been using in nursing school might not work in anesthesia. So you're gonna have to adapt and adjust yourself. Even from topics to topics, you might say you can find out that in pathology I learned better this way. Meanwhile, in anatomy, I learn better this way. It also depends on how your professor teaches. Some professors are going to put just like the bare minimum on the PowerPoint. So you need to learn most of the thing by yourself. Others are going to go in great details and explain everything, which is nice. So, but keep those separate. And every single topic, ask yourself, what do I need to understand and what do I need to commit for memory? And this is going to help a lot. Still in the study method, I also want to talk about people are early riser versus late studier. Some people like to study at night, some people like to study early morning. I try not to limit myself to the time and space. I always tell myself my brains have so much space to understand everything. Why is that? If I listen to something fun at any time of the day, I'm able to recall. So why will I limit my study time just to certain time? It's too serious for me. No. And because I always tell that to myself, whenever I have time and I'm relaxed enough to study, I study. I can study at 12 o'clock. I can study at midnight. I can study at 1 o'clock. I can study after a fight. As long as I have this preparation and I'm ready to study, it's gonna work out for me. So I would say don't limit yourself to the time of the day. The only thing it might be different is if there is a lot of noise at some times of the day versus other times of the day. I understand. I don't study well in the middle of the noise too, but don't just say, oh, I'm gonna wake up at 4 and study, I'm gonna sleep early. You're gonna fall into a trap, and anesthesia school is gonna be your life. It's gonna be your life is gonna be all about studying. It's gonna be all about learning. You're gonna be a learner. That's gonna be your profession. You're gonna be a learner every single time of the day. If you used to work in the ICU 12-hour shift, you're gonna be learning more than that. So don't limit yourself to a specific time to study. Your brain can retain the information at any time as long as you are prepared yourself to get that information. And also some people learn and they panic. They panic when they don't understand the information. It's like you trying to swim and you panic in the water. You're gonna drown. You're gonna drink that water. So this is not something you want to do. You want to be relaxed. If you don't understand, tell yourself, I will understand. If this topic is an understandable topic, if others are understanding, I just need the right approach to get this topic. Maybe what I'm reading, I'm not understanding from what I'm reading. I'm going to dig into different resources. Maybe somebody on YouTube is going to break it down differently. Maybe somebody on Google is going to break it down differently. Maybe I'm not just approaching it on the right angle. And this is what you need to tell yourself. Don't ever panic before you study, because this is what is a study material. Everything that they give you is something that you can study, you can understand. If others were able to do that, you can do that. You just need to find the right approach, the right angle that is going to fit you to understand that topic. So please don't panic. Go to the people that understand the topic. Look into several resources and keep learning. And when I say if you don't understand the topic, keep learning. Don't just tell yourself, oh, I don't understand, so I'm gonna just memorize it. And no, it's the wrong way. I know this can take a lot of time to dig in and find information, but at the end, by looking for that information, you are also finding other information that could be answers to other problems, and you get ahead of the game. So this is something that it's not, you want to do it right. It's the right thing to do. So ask questions, look for your information, approach the topic into different angle, and this is going to help a lot. And one thing I want to mention in the study method as well is, in anesthesia school, there is no spirit of competition. There is no space for that, right? Because we all have this, most of us, we all have the same background. We're coming from an undergrad program, and we are selected not because we are too smart, because there are some people that are too smart out there, but they have not been selected into the school, right? Just the God wanted us to be in school. So there is no room for competition. Don't study to be the first of the class, because guess what, at the end of the day, everybody is going to pass, and we're all going to be colleagues. So study to know for yourself. Trying to study so hard on one thing, you can fall behind on another thing. I don't say don't go above and beyond. This is not what I say, but don't let your goal be to be the first or be the most smartest in the class. It's not gonna work. Study for yourself. Study to understand. Study to be a strong provider. Study for the patient you will be taking care. So the spirit of competition is not gonna lead you to the right way of study. So just take one day at a time. Study what you can. Take breaks. Take breaks in between studies. Like I mentioned before, it's not the amount of time that matters, but it's what you retain. You want to study smart. And this is where understanding is so great. Because, like, if I talk about a topic in physiology, And if you understand that topic, it can be the stepping point of understanding like 5 more topics. So you're doing 1 in 5, which is a lifetime saving in anesthesia because you don't have time. So when you study, look for the material, dig into the material, because by digging, when you are in front of that exam or in front of that case in front of you, you're gonna remember because you are the one who dig into this to understand that. So it's also part of the memory process. So don't skip that. Don't just rely on the professor PowerPoint and say, okay, I'm just going to read this PowerPoint and that's it. Anesthesia school is mostly self-learning. You have to learn. This is a doctorate program. They're not going to give you everything in class. You really have to go in your books, search, make sure you understand, make sure that you know what the topic is talking about. And everything counts. It's only 3 years for so much information, guys. So this is what I have for the study method. Now I'm going to touch base on the material. And I will say it's also part of the study method because the material is what you use to study. So if you don't have adequate material, you might not be efficient as you want. The limitation is not going to be your brain. The limitation is going to be your material. Do you have what you need to be able to study? Do you have the resources to dig into? Do you have your books? I know books are expensive. Do you have your computer? Do you have your laptop? Do you have your pen, your pencil? Do you have a comfortable seat to study for these long hours? Do you have a table? Do you have a quiet place where you can study? Do you have your papers? Do you have... These are all important because I found out that, like me, I want to take a simple example. Studying anesthesia, I have a computer and I also have a tablet, and they all play different function. I can't study without both. Let's say you have a course, a PowerPoint that is 200 pages, right? And it talks about drugs. And you want to link between those drugs. You want to say, okay, this drug is metabolized in the liver versus this drug in the kidneys. And now you get to the 100 page, and then you can't recall what you read about the first drug. Are you going to take time to scroll all the way to the top? No. You have your computer, you have your laptop or your desktop. You just open your desktop and you put that page and you link the information with what you are seeing on the tablet. So this example shows you how you can save a lot of time and study smart. And also, on the tablet, on the new version, they have all this kind of application that you can write your notes on the professor PowerPoint. You can record what they said on your note on your tablet, and it's for those who learn by listening. This is a game changer too. So have everything you need to study. Don't be cheap when it comes to your study because you are investing. Even if you have a tablet but you don't feel like it has enough space, go and change it or sell it and get something else. But don't be cheap on your study material. I can be cheap with anything else, but not on the things that I'm studying with, because it's an investment. It's gonna be stupid if you fail, not because you can't understand or memorize, but because you don't have the adequate material to study. So please get everything you need. If you need a board like I have, feel free to get you a huge board. Nobody's ever going to judge you for that. But you want to have everything you need. I use my board all the time, every single topic, and I break everything down here, talking to myself. If you need a room into your house just to study and you don't have enough space, feel free to move and get an apartment where you can have a room, or rent somewhere else where you can have a room to study. It's so important. Or have a library subscription where you can go and use. Don't be cheap when it comes to your study, because it's your investment. So get everything you need to be able to study. If you need a printer, if you are somebody like me that need to see, and you see all those anatomy pictures on your PowerPoint, you can print those pictures. Print those pictures, have the lesson here, look at the picture. Is it consolidate the information? I've done that and it works for me. So get everything you need to study. If you need a mouse, get it. If you need a book, don't get discouraged. Some people are going to tell you, oh, you're never going to open your books, or this. I do open my books. I search into my book. I dig into my book. And the school is going to provide you some other platform where you can challenge yourself, get exercise. Use them. Use everything you have. Everything you have. And you have the library from the school. Access the library online. Look at the resources, the recent advancement. Use everything you have and just study on your best. All these things are going to be helpful. Now I want to talk about the life balance. For me, I don't know about what other people think, but for me, I figure out that the hardest thing is not to study in anesthesia, but it's all the engagement, the stuff that we have to deal in our life that makes everything difficult. Because in anesthesia, we are no longer in undergrad school. Most of us, we used to work. We used to have a life, and an expectation from family, from friends, and stuff like that. So this can be a huge thing in anesthesia, because you don't want to be worrying about the things that you don't need to worry about. So if you have your partner, let him be your strong support system, because there are some days that you're going to feel down, some days that you don't know what is going on. So you need a strong support system. And if you don't have a support system, if you don't have anybody in your life, it's okay. Give your life to God. He's going to be your best support system. But you need something that you can go to when you are breaking down, and it's gonna happen, and it happens to everybody. So it's part of your life balance. And also, you need an activity that is gonna repose your stress. I know a lot of people like to exercise, a lot of people like to read, a lot of people like to do something that will release the stress. Like, if I have time, I'm gonna go swim. But if I don't have time, I have all these TikTok videos and funny YouTube videos that I read in between my break time, just to relax myself. Because you don't want to be tense up. You don't want to feel like this is a burden. And that's not how the brains learn. The things that you're gonna learn the most are the things that you learn when you are happy. Part of the preparation, the mindset. So before everything, don't be stressed, don't be tense out, relax yourself, take breaks. And this is where the life balance counts. If you have kids, you need to explain them, you need to tell them what is going on and what you expect from them, the support you need from them. If you have friends that you guys used to go out when you were still maybe working as a nurse and stuff like that, you need to tell them like how your life is demanding more time to study than anything else. You need to let them understand. And if they don't understand, that's fine, but you need to do what you gotta do to get through this program. So this is what I got for you guys on how I study, how I try to keep it up. I am going to upload more videos about study as I am moving up in the program. But so far, this is what I have been doing in my first semester. of anesthesia school. I hope this helped. If you have any question, suggestion, please let me know. Drop a comment below, like, share, and subscribe, and see you on my next video.